Hello，各位朋友好，欢迎收听收看大艺术家。Ladies and gentlemen, today the great artist show is very special because we have an artist who is very young. So Isabelle, in the beginning, I would like to ask you that what brought you to this artistic journey? Like when you were little, what provoked you to be interested in art?
Well, I guess I started to be interested in art around kindergarten because at my school, if you arrive earlier than your classmates, they give you like a sketchbook and just make you draw all morning. So, I would get lazy and just draw scribbles and call it a tornado and turn it in. But what I liked the most was basically creating a story on like my sketchbook. Like instead of turning in just a page with a completed picture, I like to use it as kind of backdrop or scenery and just kind of draw characters and then scribble them out and draw them moving and like create entire plots and backstories. And my teachers really encouraged me. They thought it was really fun because I would explain it to all of them. And I was pretty good at using my colors. And then I had really creative stories that some of them don't even make sense. And I guess everyone around me, like my parents, my grandparents, they just encouraged me. And as I grew older, around second and third grade, I started to actually draw some picture books because I liked drawings with stories in them so much. I couldn't just draw one scene. I had to draw an entire book.
Okay.
And as my skills improved, I learned how to draw just a picture that conveys an entire story without having it to be separate.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's where it started.
Yeah, so for the school you attended, they actually provide you with all the courses or you need to learn outside of the school?
I took some lessons outside of school, but through kindergarten to middle school, it's basically very standard. Like once a week you have one art class and you draw something that the whole class does. It's pretty simple. Sometimes the teacher says draw a circle and then you draw a circle and you shade it. But I'm in 10th grade now, and so we have AP courses. So I'm actually taking AP art, and that gives me like 5 to 6 periods a week where I can just draw whatever I want, either for my portfolio or just for fun. So I think that's pretty great.
I think drawing is something that if you really want to become an artist, probably you will experience this kind of feeling that in the beginning you were interested in drawing. But in order to win in like competitions, you need to do some adjustments.
Yes.
How did you see this process?
Okay, so around 5th and 6th grade, right? Everyone's telling, oh, Isabelle, you're so great because when I was younger, I was competing with my peers and they don't like drawing. So basically, whatever I drew, if it was colorful, everyone's like, oh, that's brilliant. But as I started entering like competitions or getting to know people that like draw really well, I started saying, oh my God, my drawings are not...
I need to refine
I gotta
my
refine.
work.
I gotta refine. I gotta not just focus on colors. I have to draw like things that actually make sense and look like things so I can be able to convey my stories. Because like my teachers were like, you got such amazing ideas, but you gotta shape it. You gotta make it like an actual drawing. So yeah, it was about, I call it my rough period, about 3 years where I was just like practicing super hard, trying to make things realistic, make things look nice instead of just created. And now I think I'm at a pretty even place. Like sure, there's room for improvement, definitely. But I think my pictures show some progress I made so far, and I'm happy about that.
You definitely show some, progress. Not only progress, but achievements, because you were awarded by the Kyla Artist Prize, right? Before this competition, this prize, you actually attended a lot of contests?
I attended some. Most of them were in school because like easier to attend, but also a lot of others I actually entered for the Taiwan picture book competition. I drew some picture books and I got good prizes. I thought those were fun. But I would definitely say this is one of the major achievements, like a huge milestone in my, I guess, artistic journey.
So as an international artist, how do you see your work contributing to the evolving global art landscape? Well, it's a big question. And what role do you think artists play in addressing social or cultural issues?
So I think, like I mentioned banks before, I think artists have a way, you have to connect with the people. It can't be like a giant poster or like just a slogan, a politician giving a speech. You have to connect with the people. You don't tell them what to feel. You make them feel it. So I think art can do a lot of things that words can't. Like short speeches and statistics about world hunger, fighting, war. Yeah, they create an impact, but most of the time they don't make you feel. Like a lot of art that I like painting, photography, especially in like wartime places, these actually make you feel something. Like a while ago, I entered a competition about war, and I drew a little girl on her way to school with a gas mask and a shield. And I think a lot of people came up to me and after it's like, that is so sad, because that might actually be something that they're experiencing. Instead of just saying little kids are dying, you show them. So like in my picture, instead of saying, oh, people lose hope, but they find it again, I show them this picture of like a girl, like a statue girl in a forgotten museum who has light shining on her with some flowers. That makes you feel something more than just telling. So I think all artists have a responsibility. If you're into that kind of like more political or like awareness art, you have a responsibility to make sure your people are looking at this and then they feel something, and this art makes them want to do something about it.
Yeah, that's why we say like art is so beautiful. With its diversity that you can experience or feel or be moved by different forms of art. Yeah.
And it depends on the person actually, because maybe some people appeal more to the art of speech. Some people more to photography.
Right.
And some people more to just like pictures, like painting. So yeah, artists have a responsibility to target that group of people and make them feel something and spread awareness about issues in our world.
So besides painting, is there any, artistic artistic strength you have but you didn't show?
I suppose public speaking. I really like acting. I was actually in some theater productions in our school back when they still had it. They canceled them for high school. But, I really like acting, and being on stage makes me feel very happy. I'm also all right with public speaking. Like I mentioned, I joined the Teens Diplomatic Envoys competition, and our group won first place. Yay. And then we went to America and visited a lot of mayors and officials and senators, and we had to interview them, ask them questions for like 6-7 hours a day, and that definitely took a lot of speaking skills. So yeah, I would say speaking, acting is another strength aside from painting and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you are a full scale,
No, I just got
360-degree artist. You are not just an artist, a painter. You're so good at different things. Finally, we have this final question for your future projects and aspirations. So what exciting projects or exhibitions do you have planned for the near future, and how do you envision your artistic legacy in the years to come?
Legacy.
Legacy.
That's a big
Wow.
word. All right. So I want to explore many different styles and techniques of art before I like settle down. So right now I'm pretty good with like acrylic and oil painting, like things that layer. I just recently got a new set of markers, so I'm also practicing with that and different things. And I want to try doing larger pictures. I actually just bought some really big canvases that I want to try out. I want to make something that's large, and like when you see, you're like, oh wow, and stuff like that. So my biggest aspirations is kind of like pursue a career in arts, maybe as a professional artist, illustrator, or something else in the creative field, and to go to college for that major. So before that, I'll probably try to get some art shows. So I know next year I have at least 2 lined up. I'm working with some students in my own school and some of my friends, and we're just teaming up, and even a personal one outside of school. But inside of school, they also let us have a gallery, sort of, which is really cool. And I think these will get my art to a bigger crowd of people. And I'm really excited for my own art show. And in the future, I guess I'll just keep drawing and experimenting and trying to expand my technique and experience, and try to involve more symbolism in my work. And I could do it for fun, for my portfolio, for my AP class. Yeah, I gotta work on that too. But this is just the beginning of my journey, and right now, I'm interested in how my art will evolve over time, but I guess only time will tell.
How about your academia? Like what school you want to go to?
What school I want to? Okay, here's a lofty one. I know everyone says this, but Oxford. But I'm gonna try anyways. I'm gonna try, but who knows. Another one I like is UCL because my brother just got admitted this year. He's going next year. So, that'll be cool. A family reunion.
Yeah, nice.
I'm trying to go to schools in England because I have the British passport.
Right.
I'm also not opposed to different schools in America, like Rhode Island. I heard that was pretty good. Parsons, things like that. The one school in England is UAL St. Martin's. Yeah, I have some friends who go there, and they all say it was a pretty great experience. So probably those are my main ones.
So I can feel that you are not only an artist, but you are a very positive kid to me, young person.
Yeah, sure, I would say that.
So how about your friends or students in your school are all like you? Because what I feel, what I see in Taiwan right now is like young people in your age, usually they are not so positive. They want to lie down, do nothing. How about you and your social circle?
Okay, so I go to the bilingual side in my school, which means we have a little bit less stress because we don't have like the state exams at 12th grade that determines everything we do. So me and my friends, I guess we're a little more chill, but definitely not completely carefree. But I see the regular Taiwanese students, even some at my school, they have to stay until 9, 10 every day doing night study, self-study, and all these sort of studies. And I don't think they really get to have time to spend time with their friends or experience like
experience
kind of freedom.
Life.
Plain
Freedom.
life. So all their life is just like book. And I guess I force myself to make time for things that aren't just studying. So yeah, I don't think my outlook on life is similar to the rest of the kids in my school.
So today we introduced to you Isabelle, I think a very promising artist in the future. And not only in the artistic world, I think she will shine in other parts, other areas too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Isabelle, for your sharing. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.